Hello again. Now we are going to learn the reported speech or indirect speech. We can also call it indirect speech because we've got direct speech and indirect speech, which is called reported speech. When do we use the reported speech? We use it to repeat what someone else said earlier, before. And the tense is not the same tense used in the direct speech. We also change the pronouns and use say and tell as reporting verbs. We're going to see this in this chart. Look at this. Direct speech and reported speech. The example here is in the present simple. Bob, quotation marks, I practice boxing. Now Bob is speaking. He's saying, I practice boxing. When I want to report or to repeat what Bob said, I use the reported speech, but the tense is not the same. Look here, you've got the present simple. In the reported speech, you should use the past simple. And I should say, Bob said that he practiced boxing. Said, reporting verb, to say in the past. And here, the past simple. Practice, practiced. He practiced boxing. Or the reporting verb to tell, he told me he practiced boxing. That is between brackets because it is not always necessary. We are not obliged to use it. You can say Bob said he practiced boxing. He told me he practiced boxing. In the present continuous, when the direct speech is in the present continuous, for example, I'm reading a magazine. I'm reading a magazine now. When you want to report it, you turn the present continuous into the past continuous. He said he was reading a magazine. He said that he was reading a magazine. Past continuous. Present continuous turns to past continuous in the reported speech. Next, the future. Will becomes would. Or won't becomes wouldn't. Look at the example. You will receive my invitation. It becomes she or he said, I would receive her or his invitation. You can say, she said that I would receive her invitation. He said that I would receive his invitation. I would receive his invitation. So will in the direct speech becomes would in the reported speech. And the negative form, for example, won't becomes wouldn't. Can becomes could in the reported speech. And can't becomes couldn't. I can speak English. I can speak English. When you report this, you say, he said he could speak English. He could speak English. He told me he could speak English. Or he told me that he could speak English. All right? The present perfect and past simple turn to the past perfect. Well, we haven't done the past perfect yet, but I'm giving you here 2 examples. Look at this. I've seen the film. The present perfect. I've seen the film. When you report, you say, he said that he had seen the film. This is the past perfect. Past of the verb to have plus the past participle. He said that he had seen the film. Or he said he had seen the film. The past simple, the same thing. I saw the film. The same thing here. He said that he had seen the film. The past perfect. This is the past perfect. So, the present perfect in the direct speech turns to past perfect in the reported speech. And the past simple also turns to the past perfect in the reported speech. And there's something I want you to remember, that there is no object after say. Well, look here. There's no object after say. But after tell, tell is always followed by an object or an object pronoun. Look at this. He said or she said she was ill. But she told her friends she was ill. Here you've got an object. Or she told me she was ill. Or she told us she was ill. So after tell, you always have an object or an object pronoun, like this example, her friends, and this one here, me and us. But when you say there's no object here, say she said she was ill, or she said that she was ill. We don't need an object pronoun, neither an object here. I hope it's clear. To consolidate this, you do these exercises here, 3, 4, and 5 on page 110 of the student's book. And then you check the answers on the next page. But please do the exercises first, and then check the answers here. Here are the answers. Exercise 3, you've got the answers here. Exercise 4, the verbs are in red here. And exercise 5, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Do your exercises and then check your answers. Thank you. So long.